What's up? So today is Thursday, October 23rd. So I'll be trading the Nasdaq like I always do. I normally have a bias. I haven't actually looked too hard at what's happening right now. So we inverted. Wow, this is a really strong bearish move. So we inverted this daily fair value gap right here, but there is still this volume imbalance below it. So that makes this kind of interesting. So we could reject off this volume imbalance, and we are in bullish order flow, have relative equal highs. But I'm sure, yeah, smaller time frame. I mean, it looks like this 4-hour gap right here is holding. So I mean, if it's gonna hold, I could see the next draw being like this internal low right here. And on the 1 hour, yeah, I mean, we've kind of shifted structure now too. Like we temporarily were moving a little bullish, but we broke structure. So yeah, I mean, this push up at open just could be a Judas swing to, right, sweep out these highs, continue lower. I mean, that's a pretty strong bearish daily candle. I feel like it just could be a fake out candle, but I mean, I'll follow order flow. Because we're probably going to tap into this 5-minute gap right now. I should mark out all the session highs and lows. So there's no SMT with London and Asia. There's an SMT with Asia, though. We took out Asia session. So for me to even like consider being bullish, I feel like I'd want to see this SMT hold. And if this SMT fails, I'm immediately bearish. I don't think we ever retraced into that 5-minute though. Yeah, no, we never retraced into that 5-minute. So yeah, I usually wait for retracements into like higher time frame gaps. So I couldn't have really gotten a long opportunity out of that. And honestly, if there weren't two 5-minute gaps here, I would have considered taking an inverse of this if we came all the way down here. But I feel like it doesn't look that clean when there's two 5-minute gaps. There's equal highs up here. They're pre-market, so they're not as strong, but and I mean, once we get up there, there's even like a little bit of low resistance right above there. Something like that. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I could see us continuing bullish from here if this S&T continues to hold. I mean, for targets, I probably should have marked out London highs and Asia highs. I mean, that's got to be Asia high. I meant London. I feel like if we start displacing through London highs, though, I feel like the next target I could look for would be like, you can see how like the AM session of yesterday was kind of lined up with true day open over here, this other candle. You said, I got a question. What's up? Christopher Perez. You said for an express on Top Step, what's the max I could make in a day? I mean, you could, in theory, you could make as much as you want because Top Step, they're one of the only firms that really doesn't have like a consistency rule in the Express. So like you could um get to the Express and then like make you could literally make 20K, but then from there you would just need to get those 5 winning days of 150, I think it is now or more. So as long as you get those 5 winning days, you could withdraw that. I mean, you could withdraw 50% of it though, because they only let you withdraw 50% of the account balance at Top Step. I mean, there's really no limit to how much you can make in a day though. Yeah, of course. It's kind of unfortunate we never tapped into this 5 minute gap right here. Because if we did, I would have started looking for longs, to be honest. Yeah, so we hit those equal highs. Honestly, I could just see us start running all these highs going straight to London. Is my stream broken? There we go. Yeah, but unfortunately, we're not opening up any 15 minutes right here. And the 5 minutes all the way down here. And like, are we really going to retrace all the way down there? Like, honestly, probably not. I'm going to have to sit here and watch it run all this. Ugh. No entry. Honestly, if we do shift to bearish order flow, I feel like this unfilled 5 minute gap combined with this low down here that almost hit this gap would be a really good target. Wow, are there really like... Oh, there's a 4 minute down there. Yeah, so I mean, at this point, I'm pretty much waiting for like a 5 or 15 minute gap to open up and get traced back into. Or, I mean, if we start putting in bearish order flow, I'd start looking for shorts. I mean, at this point, though, I feel like I'd want to see London highs get taken on one of these before I look for shorts, though. Because ES is honestly getting close to London highs already. It's like the only way I'd start looking for a short is if we put in SMT and hold that, reject away from it. I'm so ready for economic news tomorrow. I feel like I haven't had economic news in years, like red folder news. Also, did they change? I thought there was 10 a.m. Red folder news. Now it's yellow folder news. Interesting. I guess there's still red folder news at 8:30 and 9:45 though. I'm gonna run and grab my water real quick. Hmm. So ES still hasn't taken out London highs. Hmm. So I'm thinking honestly, I'm hoping maybe this 5 minute gap over here can open up and I can use that to take a continuation trade out of. Because I feel like once we start running all this low resistance, I feel like we're just going to flush through all of it. So we got like 2.5 minutes till this gap would open up if it's going to. Kind of hope it does. I feel like it'd be a really good condition because if this 5 minute gap is going to open up, I could use it as a condition if we're going to go up. And then once it gets inverted, as long as we take London highs, I'd take an inverse of that 5 minute gap. There's like an SMT at London highs. Solana's up 7.5%. Interesting. In the past, like, what's up 4%? It was down 4%. Dude, crypto's buzzing. Oh, okay. So hopefully ES can take out London highs here. We're getting mad close. Like a half a point away from London highs. Okay, yeah, cool. So as of right now, there's an SMT with London highs. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna hold, but if it does, if we immediately come down, invert this gap, which might not even happen. But if it were to happen, I'd short that. Wow. You know, I mean, before though, if you remember, I was talking about how when we run all these highs, we're just gonna run straight through them. And I was afraid of that. It's looking like that's happening. We're just going straight through them with no form of pullback for me to get an entry. These are big candles. Just teleporting up. It's looking like NQs, but I take London highs already. So that would break that SMT. Interesting. Are we not going to take London highs? That'd be really weird. Hmm. Honestly, what I'm thinking about right now, I do know we're in bullish order flow. I am aware of that, but I feel like since we're not rebalancing like any of these gaps down here, I feel like if you zoom in and just look at this 3-minute inverse, is there a 4-minute? Nah. If this 3-minute were to inverse next candle, it's probably not going to happen though, to be honest. Yeah, no, we're just going to take out London highs. There's equal highs up here too? Nah. So, I mean, if we take out London highs and lower time frame give me a good setup to take a retracement trade down to this unfilled 5-minute gap, I'd take that. Only for the sheer fact of like, we need some form of rebalance after all of this. Where is the rebalance? So we're probably going to take out London highs right now. I hope we can honestly leave this 1-minute, like open up this 1-minute. Yeah, so there's London highs. The risk to reward's kind of cooked here. And you know, honestly, I wouldn't even take a trade like that, to be honest, because there's just so many gaps being opened. Like, if I take an, there's just 3-minute right here we tap into, and I feel like I want that to be inversed. Take a retracement trade. There's like a 4-minute in the middle here. So I mean, targets from here, if we're gonna remain bullish, right? We ran all that low resistance. The S&P at Asia is definitely holding. So I mean, the next bullish target, well, I see there's all these stacked highs again that should get ran, right? Like that's something we could target. There's the relative equal highs at all-time highs, which is obviously like a final target. But I mean, I guess this 15-minute internal high is the next draw. I mean, yeah, past there though, the next draw, the only draw I can really find past there, yeah, is that high up there. Damn, this thing is just ripping. I feel like it would clutter up my screen if I marked out all these gaps, because like, look at all these 5-minute gaps we're opening up and just not rebalancing. Sorry if my internet's kind of wonky. I was trying to I gotta contact my internet service provider. I don't know why my internet keeps dropping out. It only drops out for like 15 seconds at a time, but it's so annoying. Wow, this thing, just no pullbacks. So I mean, we're opening up this unfilled 5 minute gap, right? Maybe this is the first kind of semi pullback we can get all morning. It's not like I even call it a pullback though, because it's like I feel like a discount premium. Like it's barely even a pullback. I thought we were gonna pull back to this 5 minute. Maybe not. This is crazy, dude. What is this price action? This is honestly pretty boring. So we might actually get a retracement to this unfilled 5-minute gap. We those equal lows? Yeah, we didn't tap into it yet. It really didn't even tap into that gap? That's crazy. And so hopefully we can tap into that gap. I mean, for me to take this trade, though, we need to tap into this 5-minute gap down here. I'm not going to take a trade with an unfilled 5-minute my stop loss. There's really no 1 minute, 2 minute. I mean, I would love to take this trade if we could just tap into that unfilled 5-minute. This is going to be annoying if this inverts. Because, like, you didn't even tap into that gap. So I can't even take this. Dude, what? How are we not rebalancing any of these gaps? This is genuinely crazy. I mean, I'm not taking that. This stupid ass setup will probably play out. So I mean, right here though, this is why I did not take this setup, because this thing's probably about to fail right now. At least in theory, it should fail. I mean, there's these stacked lows down here on fill 5-minute gap. There's really no reason for us to continue higher. We got to rebalance something first. So is there gonna be no gap though for me to take now? Oh, there's this tiny ass 30-second up here. Cool. So we finally tapped into this, like the first rebalance we've had all day. Honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if we tap into the next one fill 5-minute. Yeah, the thing that sucks about this is like the 30 seconds all the way up here, and I want to go break even at the internal high, so it's like that break even scuffed. It'd be nicer if I could get like a 2-minute to open up, maybe like here. Take an inverse off that. That'd be nice.
Hi.
Did not mean to open that. Instagram Reels. Sometimes I'd be opening my phone and I just like open Instagram Reels and I'm like, why did I do that? Just out of habit. Still no. Yeah, this 2-minute might not. 2 minutes not gonna open up. The only gap really, which sucks, is this 30-second up here. No, I'm not taking that. Whew. There's a tiny 3 minute that could potentially open up. Very tiny 3 minute. It would be honestly nice though if we could tap into this other unfilled 5 minute down here. There's probably an SMT with that internal high, I bet. There is. There's an internal SMT too. So honestly, this 5 minute might open up. That would be acceptable to take a long off of too. Like 5 minute inverses are a nice time frame to take inverses off of. They're the highest time frame I go to though for like entries. So ideally, I want to see this 5 minute open up and get inversed, to be honest. Oh, we might not get that. This 3 minute did open up though. So if the 5 minute doesn't open up, I'll look at taking an inverse of this 3 minute. Any SMTs internally? Um, there is a gap SMT. I mean, honestly, I have a feeling I'm gonna be taking this 3 minute inverse. So yeah, I mean, if in the next 45 seconds, if this 3 minute closes through, I'm gonna take this inverse. I'm just gonna target the internal high up there. But I will only take this if this 3 minute closes through this gap. So we got 10 seconds, 9 seconds.
10 seconds starting now.
How is my phone listening to that? Okay, it pulled back last second, so I'm not taking that. I mean, same thing next candle though. If the next candle closes through, I'd still take that. Hopefully it doesn't mess up my risk to reward though, because there's a chance the next candle could close like all the way up here. I would like a close right up there. So we got like 2 minutes left till this candle closes. Oh. I just want to double check. Yeah, there's no 4-minute gap. There's no 5-minute gap. So yeah, I mean, if a minute and a half, if the 3-minute candle closes through this gap, I'll take this inverse. Just targeting. Okay. What is that? I mean, if we are going to come out and sweep out this low, I'd start looking for longs again when we tap into this other unfilled 5-minute gap. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, it became an unfilled 15-minute gap now too. So it's both an unfilled 5 and unfilled 15. So taking a rejection out of there would be nice, to be honest. It's looking like it's going to give me that. Although, I mean, there is this internal SMT. Might just get ran through, though. Yeah, but that 3-minute is not closing through. This is interesting. So we're probably going to hit this unfilled 5-minute gap right now. Well, unfilled 15, I'm sorry. I just gotta see what type of inverse we give after this, if we reject off of it. Yeah, so we tapped into that unfilled 15-minute gap. So this is definitely a nice area we could reject off of. There's even these like, are these equal highs? I think they're relative equal highs. Yeah, they're relative equal highs up here. So I feel like that's a good draw too. It would be nice if a 3-minute gap down here could open up. Because then I could wait to go break even until we go all the way up here, but that might not happen. The only thing is I hate if I have to take this 2-minute inverse, I feel like the break even just not at a good point. So I'm hoping I get the opportunity to take like 3-minute. Maybe this 4-minute if it opens up. I'd take that. I really hope this 4-minute gap opens up. Yeah, because otherwise, the 4-minute it's not going to open up, and that's going to force me to. Yeah, 4-minute's not going to open up. So that's going to force me, if I were to take a long, I'd have to take it off that 2-minute. And I absolutely hate the break even point of that trade. I mean, it would be nice if we could resweep that low, give another leg so I can get a cleaner inverse, but I might not get that. So, I mean, if we inverse, especially if we give me a good close above this 2-minute, I'll try it. I'll just go break even at these like relative equal highs up here. Yeah, there's an internal SMT too. Yeah, I mean, definitely if we close right above that gap, I would definitely take that. It's looking like we might give me an entry, to be honest. I mean, I would definitely try this if it happens. Ugh. Honestly, I think I'm gonna try this. Only if the entry isn't that, the close isn't that is good though. Mm, not the best close, but I'm taking
Order
it.
filled.
So I'm in there. So I'm gonna go break even mad quick on this, I bet. I'll show my execution. Nah. Yeah, I'll show my executions. I have time. And I have on my second monitor, I have ES pulled up to look for SMTs. Ideally, it would have been nice if I could wait for this retrace, enter there. Because I hate how my risk reward's so scuffed. Oh. Yeah, so I mean, I'm break even there. My internet lagged for a second, but I'm break even there. That scared the shit out of me. I was like, am I break even? My internet work? For the heck of it, I'll just check. That internal high I want to target on the 15-minute. Yeah, I'm targeting that. Cool, cool, cool. I'm probably just gonna get... It might just stop me at break even, though. Move it one tick in profit to feel cool. Okay, so hopefully we can follow through, right? So that's some good follow through right there. I just have OCD and want my risk to reward to be exactly 1-to-1. So hopefully, if we are gonna continue bullish, we should start reacting off this level right here, like right now. Because otherwise, if we start kind of coming back further down, it's not looking too good. And the reason I say that though is I'd be forgetting where these drawing tools are when they're not bookmarked. But so like honestly, I feel like the strongest part of an order block. So like this is a down close candle. We kind of made it above that down close candle, so this should act as an order block, right? I feel like if we have a wick up top, I feel like that's the strongest part of the order block. And like then like the body would be the second strongest part. But like once you get past equilibrium with the body, 50%, right? Yeah, like honestly, like this is like last line of defense right here. Yeah, I mean I'm probably getting south to break even there. I'd be surprised if I don't. So hopefully we have a new candle. Sometimes I feel like new candles open and just shoot straight up. I kind of gotta pray for that. God, there's new drama in the Alpha Futures Discord. What's going on now? Oh, this thing's gonna stop me out, isn't it?
Order filled.
Yeah, I'm stopped at break even there. I wonder. Now there's no 5-minute gap we opened up. I'm okay with that break even, to be honest, because I'm not comfortable holding that, to be honest. So I'm up $6 on the day. Oh my god, where am I gonna spend it? $6 whole dollars, dude. Can you like? Can you not? Oh, whatever. I just feel like it's gonna run without me. I have so many drawings on my chart. I mean, in the end, there's no other gaps I could really take an inverse off of. Yeah, I took I took that 2 minute inverse up here. I'll leave that there so I can see if it would have played out. But I just have a feeling I'm not going to get any other trades today. I hope I do. Mm. You know, while we're sitting here, if any of you guys are looking for prop firm accounts, I don't know if you noticed, but Alpha Futures, they're doing a 30% off discount. So if you use discount code TIMB272, you get 30% off like all evaluations. Because I know they had a problem on Monday, so they're kind of doing that to give back. They usually don't run sales that big, but it'll be running until like Friday night, I'm pretty sure. But they might extend it if they're still having Project X issues, but 30% off is crazy. I feel like, and for me to take another long at this point, honestly, I feel like I want to see. We're not going to open up a 5 minute here, right? So I would have said a 5 minute gap get opened up. That's not going to happen. So the only other thing I can see to take longs, I'd have to see an. I feel like CPI tomorrow is going to make things more exciting. I really hope. Yeah, so this thing's probably going to run to my where I would have targeted, I bet. I mean, the main reason though I wanted to go break even on that trade though was, I mean, like in this price leg right here, this is the internal high, and I always be going break even at those internal highs. I mean, yeah, there is this low resistance up here that wanted to get ran, but if I did lose that trade, I'd be pissed at myself for not going break even. I know that. Are we opening up any 5 minute gaps? No, that's so fun. Are those equal highs? They are. There's no way we're gonna leave those behind though. Yeah, no. And I can't even really take a rebalance trade off any of this. Cause I was thinking maybe I could look for a rebalance, but I feel like this 15 minute down here has already been rebalanced, and there's no 5 minutes thing to be rebalanced or anything. There is a pretty strong SMT I see. Like at the highs. But I mean, it might just get ran through because we're moving so bullish. This is taking forever to hit up here. I'm actually very surprised it didn't take out that high. Like, 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 what? Hmm. I was considering looking at if it's possible to take an inverse off of that, but um, whenever this loads, this is interesting. I would have considered this a lot harder if there weren't, honestly, no, it's not clean enough. Like if there was this single 3 minute gap right here, I'd take it, but like there's this other 3 minute gap down here. And then it's like if I take that, there's this other 3 minute gap down here. So it's like it's just not clean. On the 4 minute, there's no gap. No gap on the 5 minute. It's really hard for me to get an entry. I've been struggling to get entries all day today. This is dumping. And for me to take a long, I would have wanted to see like some 5 or 15 minute gap open up here. We didn't even do that. Yeah, and for me to take a long, like there is like this 1 minute that looks horrible honestly, but like there's 1 minute inversions opportunities that are happening here, but it's not like we're tapping into a 5 or 15 minute gap or anything on the higher time frame. So it's not like I can really take a long here. Even though I feel like I can be confident we're bullish to these relative equal highs, this internal high up here. So do we make exact equal highs with that internal high? If we leave that behind, I would absolutely love to target that. But we're not going to do that. Leave it behind so I can target this. Yeah, trade away from that. Ugh. If we can get, like, honestly, any form of push down and then a V shape back up, because, like, there's literally no way we're leaving these equal highs behind. Because, like, that's an internal high from all the way over there, like, to the point equal highs. That's an amazing target. And there's even no. I mean, I wish there was a better gap. There's no like 5 minute gap down here, but there's other gaps we're delivering off of. Like this stupid 3 minute. Leave that behind. Let me target that. No, I took that out. God damn it. So, if I get to see like an immediate, I was gonna say I was looking for a retracement trade out of habit, but there's no unfilled gas really at target. Yeah, honestly, the rest of the day is gonna be hard because like for me to take a long from here, like one, we're already overextended, but two, I want to see a higher time frame gap open up. So like, yeah, if it's like what, it's 10:50 now, right? Like imagine this candle closes, the next candle's got to close to even open up a gap. So that would be like 10:55. Because I usually stop trading at 11:10. So I got like 20 minutes left. I feel like that once you get past 11:10, I feel like the probabilities of everything starts going down. That's part of the reason I do that. And honestly, too, I feel like if you sit here and stare at the charts for too long, you just start taking subpar trades. I like the time frame I trade from, just 9:30 to 11:10. You said, bro, buy or sell. I mean, at this point, I'm bullish. Like I'd say it's a buy, but the only thing is though, we're just so far overextended. Like I like taking retracement trades, and like we just pushed all the way up with not too much of a retracement. Did this candle freeze? No, it's just not moving. Some weird price action today, to be honest. You said I just joined. Are you in a trade? Macro just started, I guess. No, I'm not. I'm not in a trade. I took one before that was a break even. I can show you the trade that I took before. It was a 2 minute inverse because I mean I was bullish, right? So I took it right here. So we tapped into this 15-minute gap right here, and we actually even came through it. And there's even another 15-minute gap, right? We tapped into that one. And on the 5 minute, right, we're tapping into 5 minute gaps. So like at that point, I said, okay, we gave a good enough retracement. And we did kind of build up this like low resistance liquidity up here, which is kind of like all these stacked highs. So, oh, and there were even relative equal highs up here too. So I went break even at those relative equal highs because that's just how I trade. I always go break even at that most recent internal high or low. But yeah, my entry was kind of scuffed. I was hoping it would close a little lower, but I got stopped at break even there pretty much. And it would have hit my take profit, but it's whatever. There is this really clear SMT at these highs right now. I don't know if it'll necessarily hold, but it looks very clear. Yeah, honestly, right now we're just kind of chopping around. I mean, the main reason for that chop though is, I mean, like, I feel like we only got one good rebalance, but it was barely even acceptable. This would be so much easier to play if there was some form of 5 or 15-minute gap in here. I'm not gonna lie, to be honest. I feel like, yeah, because what, like this next 5-minute candle will close, let's say at 11, and then the next candle would have to close to actually open up a gap, which would be 11:05, and I stop at 11:10. I mean, I'll pretty much recap the whole day, pretty much go over anything. If anyone has any questions, though, definitely drop them while I'm doing this recap. But so coming into the session, right? So I'll go to the 1 minute, right? So 9:30 market open was like right around here, right? So honestly, I'm not gonna lie, coming into the session, where is it? I kind of was a little bearish, only because I feel like we had this move right here. We had a bearish move down. We retraced up, right? We swept out this high inside of a higher time frame gap, right? Because I'm sure this has got to be, right? There's this 15-minute gap we swept out. But I mean, yeah. So I figured we might run this low resistance, but I mean, we might be bearish after that. But I gotta follow order flow. So I noticed there was this SMT at Asia lows, right? So that was the thing kind of propelling us up. And once I realized that we closed through these highs, we retested this 15-minute gap down here, got a rejection out of it. Like we're obviously moving bullish, so E pushed down right here. Like I gotta follow order flow. That bullish SMT at Asia lows, respecting 15-minute gap, breaking market structure to the upside. These are all reasons why is this thing connected? Might my internet be bugging. But yeah, so these are all reasons why I gotta be bullish, right? So the trade that I took though was, so after you said check 8:30, was it a manipulation? Sorry, I'm kind of new to ICT. No, you are good. Let me just double check. 8:30. Like you're saying, I mean, yeah. I mean, I'd call that manipulation. Yeah. So like the 830 lows, right? So this came over here and we had I'll put the session highs and lows so you can see it, right? So in terms of SMTs, like obviously like an SMT is where one asset takes out a higher low and the other doesn't, right? So we had an SMT at Asia lows. Session SMTs are some of the strongest SMTs we can have because it's saying like if you look, we're like okay on NQ, we swept out Asia lows and that was enough liquidity to actually push us higher, right? And like ES wasn't strong enough to even get a push down far enough to take out Asia lows, right? So right there, that was definitely something leaning me into a bullish bias. And then we came up, we swept these London highs, retraced a little bit down, and then at that point too, when we're taking out these London highs, if we're gonna remain bullish, like either this 15-minute gap right here or the one below, it's gonna have to hold. So I noticed we did get a pretty strong rejection, right? Like, so once we came down into this 15-minute gap right here, we're immediately waking back up, and the highest time frame gap that I saw, right, was this one right here, this 2-minute. Because if we move to the 3-minute, there's no gap here, no 4-minute, no 5-minute, right? So on the 2-minute, I entered once we closed through that gap because it was like confirmed as an inverse at that point. I was just going to target a 1-to-1, and there's an internal high on the 15-minute right here that was like pretty much right in my TP. I'll mark it out real quick, right? So that's that internal high up there. So the thing that happened to me with this trade was I ended up getting stopped at break even because when I take trades, I always like going break even. He said watching every day till you're at 1 million. I appreciate that, Anthony. But yeah, so we closed through this 2-minute and I wanted to go break even at this internal high. And there were also these relative equal highs, which are a strong draw. So it kind of pushed up, it came back down, kind of stopped me out at break even right there, and then it ran to where I was targeting. So I mean, I'm okay with that. I mean, I feel like overall, like break evens like that save me, just not today. But yeah, I feel like at that point though, once we take the internal high, we're probably just gonna chop for the rest of the AM session. So there's nothing else I really want to look for, to be honest. But does anyone have any questions on anything that happened today or any trades I took today? The one trade I took today, the break even. And I guess probably not. But as I wrap up, if any of you guys are looking for a prop firm to trade with, definitely make sure you check out Alpha Futures. They're doing a discount, which is 30% off for the rest of the week. They usually don't do discounts this high. It's yeah, I think I cut out. But all I was saying was they have cheaper plans like the zero plan. Like the zero plan right now for 50K is $70 if you use discount code TimB272. So definitely check out Alpha Futures, and I also have the free Discord in that pinned comment. So definitely make sure you join the pinned comment. But I appreciate everyone stopping by. I hope all you guys have a great day.